I tried to build 4 AI agents to help run my startup, but I use a different tool for each agent. Instead of a clean success story, this turned into a real test for what these tools can and cannot do. By the end of this video, you will learn what each agent was meant to do, which tools felt good or a pain to use, and what's actually realistic if you are planning to do this yourself.
So let's start with the first agent. The agent, what it does is a lead qualification and discovery agent. So you have a list of leads in some kind of list, or you have a source where you gather these leads, and you want to qualify them before even contacting them. And this is actually an agent that I always wanted to build, and this is actually the right moment to build it. So I gave it this prompt. As you can see here, this prompt is also generated by AI, and it took roughly 4 minutes, 3.5 minutes to generate this React project. And as you can see here, for example, we have it's clean AI, I would say. And we have the ICP config, where you configure the target industries and especially the target jobs titles. You will see later how this works. And you configure some high value keywords. And this is actually valuable because you would need some kind of comparison when you try to qualify the lead. So for example, let me get some example. Yeah, I have found someone. So let's add the lead. Let's add Sundar, the CEO. So as you may remember, CEO is not a target of our Microsoft and MicroHard. And let's paste the LinkedIn URL and add to pipeline. So all leads, yes, and Sundar is 2 times here. So because I tried yesterday, but let's test it with you together. Start investigation. So the agent now is trying to fetch data from the public data source, which is this URL, and tries to find if it's matching our ICP. And in this case, probably not, because we don't have CEO. So you will see a score, and this score represents how likely this lead would be to convert to a customer. And as I expected, 35. And it gives you an explanation why it doesn't see that this qualifies. Sundar qualifies as our lead, and you can see here the recent news about it. It's actually quite good for one prompt, and it even gives you a draft to send. So send email or some kind of message to send to this kind of lead, which is amazing. So, and you can say, okay, I probably think you're wrong, and then this is qualified, and you can change the status of this lead. And here you can even filter by qualified or disqualified, which is actually very, very good result. I'm really positively surprised by the quality of this. So let's get to the next one. The next agent is also very interesting. Let me paste the prompt. So it's a Spring Architect. So you give it ideas, and it will try to manage the to-do list for that idea. It can get any input like user feedback, investor asks, and it translates them into clear user stories and something you can work with. I'm using anti-gravity for this agent, and let's see how it goes. Of course, before you start, you have to create a folder where you can run your project, because it will create some files, and if you just open the window without choosing a folder, then it doesn't know where to put the files, where to write the files. So it's important. Now it asks to run a task, which is it checks the node version. Let's accept it. Now it's trying to develop a plan. It's creating a Next.js application. Last time I clicked on this one, on this terminal, and it had some errors, and it was weird that I could not go back to this view here, which I think they fixed it because I just updated the anti-gravity, and I hope it doesn't reproduce the same error. Yeah, I see some error here. Actually not an error process. To be honest, I don't want to click on this. Yeah, let's see if they fixed it. But in general, this anti-gravity is a good step in the right path, I would say, because it will be the default for me if I would use this kind of building or software building. So I'm not really a big fan of using some browser thing, because in the end you want to control your environment. You want to control the dependencies, the tools that you want to use, the versions. And if I let it for the browser, you have to choose the default, what they offer you. So you don't have the full control, I would say. It's taken more than 5 minutes to run, but while it was running, I was looking at this info, and it says that now the Google decided to update the rate limits, and they refresh now weekly instead of daily. Because last time I was building this agent for you, and I stumbled upon the the rate limit, and I could not even complete. And now after the update, probably I can even finish it, and I think it's a good thing. Finally, we have an app now. You can see the file structure. So it created everything. It asked me to npm install, and it's quite good. I didn't look at the code yet, but let's first set up this anti-gravity, because it's asking if I want to use the browser. Yes, set up. Okay. So yeah, keep it. Okay, needs your input. Yes, allow. Yeah, it's great. Doesn't work, but let's see if the anti-gravity is intelligent enough to find that this is not working. Yeah, it seems I don't have the view file. Exactly, you don't have it. Let's see what it does. Yeah. Open the new tab for some reason. Doesn't seem right. Yeah. Misspelled. Use client directive. But I must say this new version of anti-gravity is actually way better. So I just looked at the okay. Wow, seems to be working. Let's test it. So current capacity, 2 developers. Agent is running. Okay, so when the agent is running, I cannot interact with the app, which makes sense actually. Okay, generate sprint plan button. Page load successfully. I cannot proceed with interacting with the element. So probably, or so the anti-gravity is trying even to click on. I didn't know it can click. Okay, that's good. Let me change this. Can I change this? Free developers, yes. Focus on fixing the login bug. Let's do something realistic. That I have a website and I want to paste your messy notes. Okay, I want to boost my SEO. Maybe use programmatic SEO. Let's see what it does. Generate. Okay, Spring Goal. Focus on delivering high-value user features. Implement email. Fix or auth. Okay, doesn't seem to take what I wrote. Maybe I understand the problem. So it doesn't connect to some. API, and it just returns back some mock data, probably. And this is actually because we didn't connect any kind of API to it, so it makes sense. But it did it. So this is actually an agent that should work fine if you connect it to some API. And I think you have now an idea. If you want to create an agent with anti-gravity, this is probably what you will get. Okay, see you in the next one. So for this new agent, I chose Replit to create it. It basically is an agent that makes sure everything aligns and ships, which means you give it a topic, of course, as the other agent, and it drafts a YouTube title, X-thread, and so on. And of the specificality of it checks if everything is consistent, and then it tries to plan this content for you over the week. Yeah, let's try Replit to create this agent. So it started in the plan mode. So I'm also doing this for the first time, to be honest. So we are experimenting together. Yes, confirm OpenAI integration. Okay, so it asked me if I want to a time-based or manual trigger. I think I will go to manual trigger, but maybe in production this automatic trigger is actually makes more sense. But let's, for the sake of testing, do it this. Okay, so enable with this app type. So we can only do like build the entire app. It will take 20 minutes and it will consume a lot of tokens, but let's do it. Start building. Okay, it seems to be taking some time running. It doesn't show what it does in the background. So this is something that Replit should improve. Yeah, I can understand, because I think even agents are a new thing, as you can see here in the banner. Around and see what happens. So Mastra dashboard uses the Mastra and ingest framework. Okay, it's like a spam. My antivirus thought it was a scam. Okay, create AI QA agent. Observability. Yeah, I run it another time, and I see that the problem still persists. I looked at this debug software that they use, and I think there's no solution for this. So I have to give up because this whole video is about to test how easy and how does it work to so the whole video is about seeing how it works, and of course I am sure if I debug it and restart it and so on, it will work, but you have to get the result. But I think this gives you a good overview of what you expect when you use this for the first time. And yeah, that's it. For this agent, we will use Cursor. It's actually one of the best IDEs or ways to develop software nowadays. This I would say because I tried most of them. I tried Replit, just tried anti-gravity, and I think this is kind of the major version of what software development with AI would look like. Let's paste the new, not this one. So I just pasted the prompt for the new agent, and this agent does content to distribution, which means you give it an idea, and I just pasted the prompt for the new agent, and this agent, what it does, you give it a main piece like a script, and from this script it generates the YouTube title, description, tags, and so on. Plus it will generate another content from it, like LinkedIn, Twitter, threads, short blog posts, and so on, which is actually nice. If you are, for example, CEO of some startup and you have an idea, but you want to tailor it to fit into places in multiple platforms, this is actually a good way to spread your message. So feed it to your video, outline a description, show the agent generating 3 thumbnails, 1 LinkedIn post, 1 email. Okay, let's run it now. I will choose auto. Let's see if it is good enough to build something good. Okay, for some reason it chose to do it in Python. After many attempts, the agent could finally run the project. I pasted now a transcript that I want to use as an input. Let's ask the agent to run it with this transcript. Use transcript to run the project. Okay, Python CLI py and then transcript, and then it will output YouTube, LinkedIn, email as an output JSON. Of course, it creates a script to run the script. Yeah, again, typical Cursor. Yes, sleep and then generate content. JSON. Okay, what is this? Runs the script and the file path is output text. So you should expect something like output.txt. Another one. Final run. Let's see if it's final. So after a lot of debugging, I could run it. Let me show you. So it's processing the content for YouTube, LinkedIn, and email based on the transcript. So generating YouTube, LinkedIn, email, newsletter. Yes. And as you see here, for example, where did it create? Email. Yeah, generated content. This is the one. You can see it has title, description, tags for the YouTube, and then thumbnail idea. You can put it in some AI agent and it will create a thumbnail for you. And then you have a LinkedIn post, embracing the future of work, a visionary perspective as we navigate, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, of course you can customize this based on the transcript that you wrote. In our transcript, we gave it like an AI topic, but you can choose any topic you want, of course. And final thoughts, I can see where this kind of agent will go if you can put some work in making it, we are a real world agent, so making it customized based on your type, your writing style, based on your ideas, based on maybe your old posts. So maybe you can feed it with old real posts, real content that you have, and then it will hopefully generate something that you can directly use. So let's see you in the next one.
This experiment showed me one thing. All these tools are not perfect and the tool that you are using actually matters. But the thing is, each agent that we created works a little and breaks a little, and none of them actually work as I expected. And the question now, should I double down on the one agent and one tool and show you the result? Tell me what you would do.